by recruiters and continue to be contacted by recruiters. So I was contacted not only by the recruiting firm that was working on this particular, for this district, but some other districts. But this district really just it just rose to the top of being completely aligned with what I'm looking for as it relates to being able to lead a district to the next level.
When the district decided to make this search nationwide, what kind of emotions did you have at that time? And what makes this so hard for you today? Why are you making this decision?
So emotions are not a part of it because the work has to get done. I respect the decision that the board made to conduct a nationwide search, but I also respect who I am as a leader and who I am as a woman, actually going to be the first female superintendent of that school district, and I know what my skills are. And so it was nothing personal. It was just, this is the right time to move ahead.
How will you remember HISD, and what recommendations do you have for the next person in this position?
I will fondly remember HISD. Like I said, this has been I've worked with a great team. We have outstanding teachers and principals in our districts, outstanding community members that truly support our schools. And so I will remember that I came here as an outsider, quickly became an insider, and was able to do the work that I had been tasked to do when I arrived here. I would say to the next leader, get to know all of the leaders that are currently here, to give them an opportunity to prove themselves, because that's very important. And even for me going into a new district now, I will give people an opportunity to prove themselves and to share with me. And just like I hope the new superintendent here will do, is allow people to share with him or her what their skill sets are and what they can do to help move this district forward.
You came into this job as the district was rebuilding from Harvey. You leave days after the winter storm. How would you describe these last 3 years as you move from crisis to crisis to crisis?
I would describe these last 3 years, like you said, as we move from crisis to crisis, as challenging, but also rewarding. Because you know what? My team and I, we proved that we could attack a crisis head on, and we could do what we needed to do to make sure children received a quality education, and that we were able to take care of not only their educational or academic needs, but also their social and emotional needs.
And how much of your decision was based on a troubled relationship, both between you and the board, and between board members and other board members? And in answering that, what advice would you give to this board to get their act together?
Well, I would say, once again, when you seek a job, you're seeking a job where you can be a part of a team and you can make a difference. And so I encourage people to grow as team members, to remember we all play a role as a member of a team, but we also have to look at our own behaviors and reflect on our behaviors and what we bring to the table, and understand that you can put aside differences and still get a job done. And so that's how I look at it, and that's how I looked when I was looking for a new situation.
Dr. Allen, question for you. As you now begin the search for Dr. Lathan's replacement, there are clear fractures on the board. How do you, as a collective body, find the right person and lead the district in a singular direction?
Well, we're actually looking for someone that is effective. We're looking for the best person for the job, no matter who that person may be. We all have the same goal in mind, and that is to find someone that's the best person for HISD.
2 questions for our superintendent. Since we're still in the middle of the pandemic, how are you going to ensure an easy transition onto the next person?
Well, number one, we are planning. We still have, like I said, we have a lot of work to do between now and July 1. Really, June 11th, if I'm not mistaken. We've got to get a budget approved. And so setting someone up for success, and that's one of the things I shared with our cabinet members this morning, our principals. We have a lot of work to do between now and when the new superintendent starts, and we want to make sure that that person is set up for success. But the first step is getting a budget approved that will support the district throughout the 21-22 school year, but and beyond. So it's just not about 1 year. When you're looking at budget forecasting, you're trying to plan ahead. And we know we are headed for some tough times as a school district. and also as a state financially. So we want to make sure that we present a budget, a balanced budget that can address our deficits that we've encountered as it relates to the pandemic and other situations.
One more question. In regards to the changes that are currently being made for the special education program for HISD, what are some of those changes after last year's investigation?
Well, and not so much as it's changes, it's things that we've been working on to address as it relates to concerns that were shared in the plan. We've tightened our professional development up as it relates to providing professional development not only to our principals but our teachers, but monitoring the implementation of the professional development that has been provided, ensuring that IEPs are in compliance, and so we're meeting those timelines for holding those ARD meetings, but also ensuring that students are receiving the services that they are entitled to, and then also working on communicating what has been done. Because a lot of it is we as a district, and we own that we need to make sure we're communicating the things that are occurring and holding those parent meetings so parents know what resources and opportunities are available for their children.
Do you predict the district will be able to avoid state takeover?
All of that is in the hands of litigation, so I'm not a judge, so I don't know what happens as it relates to litigation.
What do you hope happens?
What I hope happens is that this district continues to be able to move forward, and that every child in Houston receives a quality education. That is my hope for this district.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.